Welcome back to Tech Talk Central.
Hey, everybody.
I'm Nathan.
And I'm Sarah, and today we're diving deep into something I know a lot of you have probably been wondering about.
We're going to be taking a look at two of the most popular 34-inch curved gaming monitors.
We're talking about the Dell Alienware AW3423DW.
Versus the Samsung Odyssey G8.
That's the G85 SD.
And we're going to figure out which one might be the better choice for your gaming setup.
We've gone to their Amazon product pages, and we've got all the specs.
We've got some customer insights as well.
So let's get started with the Dell Alienware AW3423DW.
Sounds good.
So this monitor features a 34.2-inch curved QD OLED panel.
I think that QD OLED technology is going to be a really big selling point for a lot of people.
It is, yeah. It promises those vibrant colors and super deep blacks, which is what a lot of people are looking for in a gaming monitor.
Absolutely.
And the curve radius is 1800 R, so that means it's going to wrap around your field of view just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you'll definitely notice it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's designed to be really immersive.
It's going to pull you right into the game.
Exactly.
Okay, so this monitor is a QHD ultra-wide resolution.
Which is 3440 by 1440.
That's a good sweet spot for gaming because it's not quite 4K, so you don't need a super powerful graphics card.
Right.
But it's still a huge upgrade over 1080p.
Yeah, you get so much more screen real estate to work with.
Exactly.
It also has a 175 hertz refresh rate, which means the screen updates 175 times per second. So that's going to make games look so smooth.
Especially if you're playing anything fast-paced like a first-person shooter.
Definitely. And then to keep everything extra crisp, there's a response time of 0.1 milliseconds gray to gray.
And that basically just means there's not going to be any motion blur.
Right. It tells you how fast a pixel can change color.
Mm.
And if it's a really low number like that, you're not going to get that blur that you see with some monitors.
Okay, cool. And the static contrast ratio is 1,000,000 to 1.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's going to give you really deep blacks and vibrant highlights.
The picture quality is going to be out of this world.
It is. It really makes a huge difference when you're gaming.
Absolutely. And I see it also has a peak brightness of 1,000 nits.
Yeah. So HDR content is going to look amazing on this monitor.
HDR is becoming so popular these days, you definitely want to make sure your monitor can handle it.
You do. And speaking of color, this monitor covers 149% of the sRGB color space and 99.3% of DCI-P3.
Wow.
And it can display over 1 billion colors.
That's amazing. That means the color accuracy is going to be fantastic.
It is. Whether you're just gaming or if you want to do some video editing or photo editing, this monitor is going to be perfect.
Yeah, you're covered either way.
Yeah. And if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you're going to love the G-Sync Ultimate certification.
Because that eliminates screen tearing.
It does, yeah. It makes your games look super smooth because it matches the monitor's refresh rate to your GPU's output.
So it's a really nice feature to have.
It is. Okay, so let's move on to connectivity.
Okay.
So this monitor has 1 display port and 2 HDMI ports. That's pretty standard.
That should cover pretty much any setup people have.
It should, yeah. And there's also a built-in USB hub, which I love.
Oh, nice.
It has 4 USB-A 3.2 Gen 1 ports, and 2 of them can even charge your devices.
So you could plug in your phone, your mouse, your keyboard.
Exactly, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you can get rid of a separate USB hub and free up some space on your desk.
It's always nice to have less clutter.
It is. And the monitor comes with all the cables.
All right?
You need a DisplayPort cable and HDMI cable.
That's always good.
They
don't always include everything.
I know. It's nice that you don't have to go out and buy anything extra.
Right.
It also comes with a headphone extender and even a cleaning kit.
They really thought of everything.
They did, and on Amazon, it's listed for $874.95.
That's not too bad for a monitor of this caliber.
Not at all. And if you want extra peace of mind, they offer 3-year and 4-year protection plans through Azurion.
And of course, there's a 30-day return policy if you're not happy with it.
Exactly. Yeah. So overall, I think this is a really great monitor.
Yeah, it seems like it has pretty much everything you could want.
It does. Okay, so now let's talk about the other monitor in this comparison.
The Samsung Odyssey G8.
The G85 SD.
Yes.
All right, what's this one all about?
So this one also has a 34-inch curved QD OLED panel.
So we're going to be seeing those same great colors in deep blacks again.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And the resolution is Ultra WQHD, which is the same as the Dell 3440 by 1440.
Okay, and it also has a 175 hertz refresh rate.
It does.
So for gaming, it's going to be very similar to the Dell in those regards.
Right.
Smooth and crisp and beautiful.
Exactly. But where it differs a little bit is in the response time.
Oh, okay. How so?
So the Samsung claims a response time of 0.03 milliseconds gray to gray.
Wow, that's even faster than the Dell.
It's a very tiny difference. We're talking fractions of a second here.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't even notice it in most cases.
Right, but if you're a really competitive gamer who needs every millisecond you can get, then this could be a selling point.
It might give you a slight edge.
Exactly.
I see this one also has glare-free display technology.
That's a really nice feature. Yeah, if you have a lot of windows in your gaming room or if there are a lot of lights, this can really help reduce reflections on the screen.
I bet that would make a big difference.
It does, yeah. It's much easier on the eyes.
Okay, cool. And what about adaptive sync?
So this one supports AMD FreeSync Premium Pro.
Right.
And it's also G-Sync compatible.
So it pretty much has all the bases covered.
It does. Whether you have an AMD graphics card or an NVIDIA graphics card, you're good to go.
That's great to have that flexibility.
It is.
And I see Samsung is really touting their OLED safeguard features for this monitor.
Yeah, they are.
Why is that?
Well, a lot of people are concerned about OLED burn-in.
Right, because OLED panels can be susceptible to that if you display the same image for too long.
Right, but Samsung has included a few features to help prevent that from happening.
Okay, like what?
Well, there's a thermal modulation system,
Okay.
which basically just helps regulate the temperature of the panel.
So it doesn't get too hot.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's also logo and taskbar detection. So if the monitor senses that those elements have been on screen for too long, it'll automatically dim them or shift them slightly.
That's really clever.
It is, and there's also a screensaver that you can use if you're going to be away from your computer for a while.
That's always a good idea.
It is. So Samsung is really trying to put people's minds at ease about OLED burn-in.
I think it's smart because it is a concern for a lot of people.
It is.
And this monitor also has a dynamic black equalizer.
Yeah, that's a really cool feature. It basically adjusts the brightness in dark areas of games so you can see enemies hiding in the shadows more easily.
Oh, wow. That's really useful.
It is, especially if you play a lot of competitive games.
Definitely.
Okay, let's talk about connectivity.
Sounds good.
This monitor has one HDMI port and one display port.
Okay.
And it comes with a USB Type A to Type B cable.
Okay, cool.
And this monitor actually has built-in speakers.
Really?
Yeah, they're 10-watt speakers, so they're not going to blow you away, but they're good enough for casual use.
Yeah. Or if you just need to quickly listen to something without plugging in headphones or external speakers.
Right. And it also has a gaming hub, which gives you access to streaming apps.
Oh, cool. So it has some smart TV functionality.
It does, yeah. That's something the Dell doesn't have.
Interesting.
And the stand is ergonomic, so you can adjust it to find the perfect viewing angle.
That's important for comfort.
It is, especially if you're going to be spending hours gaming.
You don't want to end up with a sore neck.
Right. Right.
Okay, what about the price?
So on Amazon, it's listed for $679 and $99.59.
Oh, wow. That's significantly less than the Dell.
It is.
Yeah.
And there's even a used option for $625.59.
Interesting. So there are definitely some savings to be had there.
There are.
And it also has those Assurium protection plans and a 30-day return policy.
It does.
Okay, so let's break this down for everyone.
Okay.
We've got two monitors that use the same QD OLED technology.
Right. So we know the picture quality is going to be fantastic on both of them.
Excellent.
The Dell is slightly bigger at 34.2 inches, but the Samsung is still a good size at 34 inches.
The Dell explicitly states that it has an 1800R curvature, but it doesn't look like Samsung says what the curvature is for their monitor.
That's true.
But we know it is curved.
It is.
And they both have the same 3440 by 1440 resolution and 175 hertz refresh rate.
So in terms of the basic viewing experience, they're very similar.
Yeah, but that response time on the Samsung is a little bit faster.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's really important to you, then that's something to keep in mind.
Definitely.
And for HDR and color, they're both going to be great. But Dell gives us more specific numbers about the color coverage and the peak brightness.
So if you're really into the technical details, then the Dell might be a better choice for you.
It could be.
But the Samsung has that dynamic black equalizer, which could be really helpful in certain games.
That's true.
And then there's the adaptive sync technology.
So the Dell has G-Sync Ultimate, which is NVIDIA's top-of-the-line technology for eliminating screen tearing.
If you have a high-end NVIDIA graphics card, then that's probably the way to go.
Right. But the Samsung is G-Sync compatible, and it also supports AMD FreeSync Premium Pro.
So if you have an AMD graphics card, or if you just want more flexibility, then the Samsung might be a better choice.
Could be, yeah.
And then there are all those extra features that the Samsung has.
Like the glare-free screen,
The OLED safeguard
the
features,
built-in speakers.
and the gaming hub,
The Dell has that USB hub with power delivery.
and the included cables and cleaning kit.
So they both have their own unique advantages.
It really just depends on what's most important to you.
Exactly.
And of course, there's the price.
The Samsung is quite a bit cheaper.
So if you're on a budget, that's definitely something to consider.
It is. And we did see some customer reviews for the Samsung.
Oh, how were they?
Mostly positive.
Okay.
People seem to love the colors and the HDR performance, but some people did mention that they had issues with the screen brightness and the text clarity.
Interesting.
So that's something to be aware of.
We don't have any customer reviews for the Dell, though.
No, not in this particular excerpt.
Okay, so should we wrap this up?
Sure.
All right, so we've got two great monitors here.
We do.
The Dell Alienware AW3423DW and the Samsung Odyssey G8.
Both using QD OLED technology, so we know they're going to have amazing picture quality.
The Dell has that top-of-the-line G-Sync Ultimate experience, and it comes with a handy USB hub.
And some nice extras like the cables and the cleaning kit.
But the Samsung has a lot of cool features, too, like the OLED safeguard features and the gaming hub.
And the built-in speakers.
And it's more affordable.
It really just comes down to your personal preferences and your budget.
If you want the best possible NVIDIA experience, and you like the idea of having a built-in USB hub, then the Dell might be for you.
But if you're looking for a more budget-friendly option with some cool extra features, then the Samsung is a great choice.
You really can't go wrong with either one.
You can't.
Well, I hope this has been helpful for everyone.
I hope so too.
If you want to find the latest prices and deals on these monitors, be sure to check out the links in the description below.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth tech comparisons.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!